Hi, my name is Steve, and today I'm going to go through a video demonstration of Adobe Sign for Microsoft Office. Adobe has a strategic partnership with Microsoft, and Adobe Sign is Microsoft's electronic signature platform of choice. Sending for signature inside of Microsoft Office couldn't be easier. You get an option up in the ribbon to send the current document that you're working on out for electronic signature. Adobe Sign for Microsoft Office consists of 3 integrations. You are able to send for signature from within inside of Word, PowerPoint, and Outlook. And the 3 integrations are largely the same, but one of the key differences is that if you're sending for signature inside of Microsoft Outlook, you will also get Active Directory support, so you're able to get suggestions of your colleagues' email addresses as you type into the to field. I'm going to be sending for signature inside of Microsoft Word today. I'm going to send a document for signature, and I'm going to show you what it would be like to go through and sign that document. Then finally, I'm going to show you what you get back at the end of the process. So with that, let's now get started. So here I am in Microsoft Word, and I'm going to start a blank document here. I would like our signer to sign our agreement. I'd also like them to enter in today's date as well as their full name. I'm going to enter in the Adobe Sign text tags now for a signature box, a date field, and of course where they need to enter in their name. So if I do that now, the tag for a signature box is the name of the field, _ES_, assign it to signer number 1, and then of course we need to put the word signature underneath so that we know that that is a signature box. The tag for a for a date field is the name of the field, _ES_, assigning it to our first signer here, and they need to enter in today's date. And finally, to ask someone to enter in their full name, we need to give the field a name, _ES_, assigning it to signer number 1, and full name is the keyword that goes at the end there. Let's color these in red. If I zoom in a little bit here, we can see immediately where the tags are. And if we wanted these tags to match up nicely, we can put a few spaces in here so our fields will be the same length. This all looks good. I need to save our document in order to send it for signature. So I'm just going to call this Microsoft Word Agreement. Now the document has been saved, you will see that I have the add-in for Adobe Sign already installed and configured. The add-in has been installed, it's ready to go. If I hit the Send for Signature option, the Adobe Sign panel will appear on the right-hand side, where I can enter in a recipient. So I'm going to send this out to my demo account. This is Jane Taylor. I have access to her email address, and I'm going to go through and sign this agreement in just a second. The name of the agreement is our Microsoft Word agreement, of course. Let's drop down a couple of lines here. Please review and complete this document. Kind regards, Steve will be our message. Now, I can preview this if I wanted to just verify everything was okay just before it goes out. I can even add some more fields using the preview screen if I wanted to. However, my fields have already been added. You can see them in red here. So I don't need to preview. I'm going to trust that everything is okay, and I'm going to press the blue send button, and that is immediately sent for signature. So our document has now been sent for signature, and we're free to close Microsoft Word if we need to. Let's now jump over and see what our recipient will see inside of their email inbox. And you can see she has an email from me. And if we open this up, these are, of course, the Adobe Sign default email templates. And there's a reasonable amount we can do with these. We're able to change the branding in the top left-hand corner to be your company's branding if that's needed. We're able to remove all mentions of Adobe Sign, should that be necessary. Down in the footer, we can add in a custom privacy policy maybe, or even a block of HTML if you wanted to put some social icons down here. This bit is customizable. The message that we wrote in Microsoft Word is here now for us. Please review and complete the document. Kind regards, Steve. We get a nice thumbnail of the document we were just working on. And if we click through on our link here as Jane, Jane is taken straight through to signing. And what's just happened there is that Jane has not been asked to sign up for an account. There's no usernames or passwords to enter in. Because Jane's never heard of Adobe Sign before, that's not a problem, and we will never ask her to sign up for anything. She will always be taken straight through to this screen. And you can see our tags are working nicely here. We've got a signature box, today's date, and Jane's full name. Now, because Adobe Sign knows what today's date is, that has been added automatically for us. Jane has used Adobe Sign before. She is obviously my demo account, so I use her all the time. What we need to do now is just sign our agreement here as Jane. So Jane pops a click in the box and is presented with the 4 options for signing. The first of which is to type Jane's name using the keyboard here. She can draw her signature if she wanted to using the mouse or the trackpad. So she's going to do that now, JT. The third of which is to represent Jane's signature using an image, perhaps maybe a photograph of a wet ink signature on a piece of paper. Snap that and use that to represent her signature. And finally, she can receive an SMS to a mobile device. Take that device, turn it sideways, and she can sign using her finger. And that signature, once submitted, will come straight back to this laptop so that we are able to continue. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to type Jane's name and press apply. And that has been added to our document. And in the same way with normal Adobe Sign here, Jane is able to refuse to sign if she needed to. So she has some alternative actions and she can drop down and choose I will not e-sign. Of course, enter in the reason. Declining will cancel our transaction. Of course, we will receive an email notifying us that this has happened. However, Jane is happy to sign and she clicks on her blue button and her signature has been submitted. So that's it, our document has now been signed. Let's have a look at some of the emails I've been receiving in the background notifying me of this. So here I am in my mail client now. If I look at the email I've just received, and this is our notification from Adobe Sign that tells us that our document is signed and filed. We have got all the signatures that we needed on our document from Jane here. The document's reached the end of the process and the signed agreement lives safely and securely inside of my Adobe Sign account. However, what's been attached to this email is a courtesy copy. So let's double click this and get this opened up inside of Acrobat. Now, I'm using Acrobat Pro DC here, but if I was using Acrobat Reader, the free version, what we get is a nice blue bar along the top of our agreement here. And it will tell us that this is a secure, encrypted PDF, the contents of which have not been modified in any way. And if we don't see this blue bar along the top of the screen, we know that we are not looking at the original document. Jane's signature is in place. Clicking on it will take you away to the Adobe Sign Verify service, give a little bit of more information about that one signature there. But scrolling down, what we have got is the Adobe Sign Audit Report, appended as a page 2 to our agreement. And this gives us all of the events that took place in our agreement here, right the way through from when it was created, emailed to Jane, viewed by her, signed by her, and of course when it came back to us as completed. And you'll see dates, times, IP addresses as well of the devices that we use to sign. Should you be signing using our mobile app, we will also capture the GPS coordinates too. So you'll get the latitude and the longitude of exactly where this signature took place. And of course, it's the audit report that you require should any of these signatures be challenged in a court of law. And what Adobe is able to stand with you and say is that we've got everything we need here, all the little bits of evidence that goes together to say, okay, we were able to capture Jane's intent to sign our agreement here. But what I'll do is if I return now back to Microsoft Word, and what we're able to do from within Word without leaving Microsoft Office is we can track the status of an agreement. So if I hit agreement status, another panel will pop in with Adobe Sign here. And you can see this is everything that I've ever sent for signature here, or it's the 10 most recent documents that I've got here. And sure enough, at the top of the list here, we've got our Microsoft Word agreement that we just signed a few minutes ago. Expanding it here will give us a little bit more information about it, when it was signed, and if it's currently waiting for signature, it's currently out in flight, you'll see a different colored status icon here. So it's a really, really easy to use graphic interface here that will tell you, has it been signed, has it been declined, or perhaps you can find out who's holding up the process. And you can do all of that without leaving the current document that you're working on, all from within inside Microsoft Office. And there you have it. That is Adobe Sign for Microsoft Office. And I hope you'll agree it's a very easy to use interface where you are able to send the current document that you're working on for electronic signature without even leaving Office. I showed you what it was like and how easy it was to go through and sign that document. And finally, I showed you what we got back at the end of the process, the Adobe Sign Audit Report that will make the whole process legally binding. Now, I would urge you to seek out a free trial of Adobe Sign and try it out for yourself inside of Microsoft Office and see just some of the value that you're able to gain from implementing electronic signatures with Adobe Sign. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.